So when it comes to short game and hitting high trajectory shots, we have steeps, shallows, and neutrals, okay? We talked about your golf swing yesterday. If the club's on plane, that's a neutral. If the club's over the top of the plane, that makes you steeper angle of attack. And if the club's under the plane, makes you shallow. Let's talk about a steep and a shallow. If someone's too steep, you have the sharp leading edge of the club interacting with the turf, not the bounce. And see, the more we lean this forward, the less bounce we have, and now we got the front tires of the airplane hitting first, not the back, okay? You're set up with a ton of shaft lean and the ball back. Your shaft lean it's probably more than 10 degrees. So if you have 8 degrees of bounce, you have no bounce. The shot I filmed, you stuck the club straight in the ground, okay? Now you're set up steep because you set up with the ball back with a ton of shaft lean. Hitting a high shot, we play the ball middle or to our left foot with less shaft lean. Guess what? Now that's a shallower setup, we got bounce. And you want to use bounce on a high trajectory shot, okay? Now there's two other sets. So one set is the plane of your swing. The other is if I play the ball off my left foot loft, not a lot of shaft lean, that's how I'd hit the ball higher. If I play the ball in the middle, I got a little bit. If I play it way back, I have more. You can't hit the ball high from that setup. That's how you've been setting up, okay? You're set up to hit it low. So what do you do set up like this? You have the very bad shallow of going back and under to add loft and then shallow yourself out. That's a death move. That's the bad shallow. And what did I tell you yesterday? Yesterday I told you, what do you got to do? What's the most important thing in short game? The weight flows into the left foot. Wherever you start, you're more in your left foot. That's our good steep. See, a steep makes us hit the ground further forward, further toward the target. A shallow makes us hit the ground here, okay? So yesterday with the low shot, you had the club coming in under the plane shallow and your weight going backwards shallow, so no wonder you hit the ground behind the ball with your 8-iron yesterday. So what did I tell you? Straighter back, that's the neutral, and get the weight in the left foot, which is a good steep. So in a perfect world, club on plane, good neutral, weight flowing, good steep, and guess what the good shallow is? The throw. We're letting this club go. Now, we hit it here, but the club's going like this after impact. We don't pull, turn, and keep this face open. The club with a free orbit, this wrist goes into extension, the club looks like that. And if I start with it slightly open, boom, there's the club, slightly open, okay? And it's as intuitive as you just throwing and letting go of the club and throwing, okay? But you're not set up for success, as I said yesterday. And bottom line, you got to set up with the ball more forward, with less shaft lean, get your weight in your left foot, and throw it. Those are the 3 things you've got to do. But you've got to understand steeps, shallows, and neutrals, okay? There's 4 sets. 1, we talked about plane of the swing. 2, we talked about ball position and shaft lean, okay? 3 is what does my body do? If I flow into my left foot, good steep. If I go back and under, death move, bad shallow. If I do nothing, it's neutral, okay? And then the last one is, if I hold an angle, that's a steep. And if I let it go like we release early with our upper core swings, that's the good shallow. That's the throw. So the early release, weight flowing into the left foot, club on plane, you are going to be able to have a ton of room for error, because when we hit these shots, we use bounce and we can hit that far behind the ball in the grass and still hit a good shot, because bounce is your friend.